Hi, today you'll be learning how to do a one-person lift and a two-person lift. But first, let's introduce you to the students you'll be working with. Here we have Philip. Philip is a 7th grader who likes to play softball on the weekends and read mystery novels. Philip also has hypotonia and aphasia, so those will be important things to remember when we're lifting him. Over here, we have Kevin. Kevin is a 4-year-old who likes to giggle a lot and watch Phineas and Ferb. Kevin has quadriplegia and hypertonia.
Make sure you have appropriate footwear. Gym shoes are ideal, but any shoe with a stable rubber sole will work. You want to make sure that you have good traction and stability when lifting and transferring. Never wear high heels. Make sure you have no loose items on your clothing. This can include dangly jewelry, lanyards, or anything else that could get caught or pulled on. Move the child's wheelchair as close to the new location as possible. This will make the transfer safer for both you and the child. Make sure the brakes are on the wheelchair. This will make it easier when transferring the child so that the wheelchair does not move. To lift the student. First thing, tell the student what you are going to do and check for recognition.
Okay, Kevin, I'm going to lift you from your chair and put you on the mat on the floor. Is that okay?
Yes.
Great. Now I'm going to undo your seat buckle.
Lindsay will put her arm behind Kevin's shoulders, supporting his head, and the other arm under his knees.
I'm going to lift you now.
As Lindsay lifts him, she is careful to bend at the knees, keep her back straight, and keep Kevin as close as possible.
Okay, great. We're done now. Ashley, give us an example of what not to do. I promise she knows how to really do this. Go ahead, Ashley.
Alright, hi Kevin. Alright, let's take off your seatbelt.
Notice how Ashley did not tell the child what's going to happen or ask for recognition.
Alright, Kevin, here we go. Oh my gosh, your head.
She's not supporting his head, and the child is far away from her body. Her back is hunched.
Alright, there you go, Kevin. You're on the floor.
And this whole time, Ashley was not wearing shoes. Not supportive shoes, just no shoes at all.
Kevin from the floor back into his wheelchair. Alright, Kevin, are you ready to go from the floor to your wheelchair?
Yes.
Okay, so as you can see, I am on one knee. Alright, so Kevin, I'm going to sit you up. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go from behind Kevin's shoulders to support his head and lift him so that he's in the sitting position. Then I'm going to put my hand underneath his knees and ask Kevin, are you ready to be lifted?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to lift him, bring him as close to me as possible, and then bring him over to his wheelchair. Make sure I bend at the knees when I put him down into his wheelchair. Make sure he's as far back as possible, and then keep my hand on him while I put the seatbelt back on. Alright. Make sure that's secure, and then since the brakes were already on before we lifted him and transferred him, I'm going to take the brakes off, and then we are ready to go to the playground.
Okay, now we're going to learn how to do the two-person lift. As always, the first thing we're going to do is tell the student what we're doing and check for recognition. Now remember that Philip has aphasia, so he can't speak, so we'll have to look for some other sort of recognition. Philip, we're going to do a two-person lift and help you move from your chair to the table. Is that okay? Philip has nodded to confirm that he's okay with this. So Philip, the first thing I'm going to do is undo your seatbelt. And now, as the top person, I will grasp Philip from under his arms, securing his wrists, in my arms. Ashley will grab Philip behind the knees, locking her knees with his to make sure that he doesn't go anywhere just yet. As the top person, I will count off when we're ready to lift. You ready, Ashley?
I'm ready.
Okay. Philip, we're going to lift you now. 1, 2, 3, lift. And we will walk without rotating our bodies and gently place Philip on the table. Okay, Philip, you're all good to go.
To try to lift Philip on her own. Clearly, he is more than 35% of her body weight, as he is a middle schooler.
Well, Philip, there's nobody else around, and I need to move you, so I'm just going to try to do it by myself, okay?
So she takes off his seatbelt, puts his arms in, and she tries to lift him, but she's clearly struggling. Her back is not steady. Her knees are locking. She is struggling, slowly moving him over, and clearly drops him onto the table. Clearly she needed some help.
Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Practice moving Philip from the table back to his chair. The chair is at a good distance from the table so that we won't have to move very far, and the brakes are on. I'm going to tell Philip what we're going to do first. Philip, we're going to move you from the table back into your chair. Is that okay? All right. So first, I will grasp Philip like I did before, but kind of from the side since he's laying down. And Philip, I'm going to sit you up first. Okay. Ashley was going to grab Philip under his knees, and then we're going to lift on 3. Philip, I'm going to lift you now. 1, 2, 3. And we will walk without rotating our bodies over to the chair and place him down gently, making sure that Philip's knees are flush with the back end of his seat. And you always want to make sure that the student is strapped in again so that they won't go anywhere. Put his arms in a comfortable position. And when we're ready to move him, we can take the brakes off of his chair. Now Philip is ready to go. Wear appropriate shoes and clothing. Always put the brakes on. Tell the student what you are doing and check for recognition. Keep the student close to your body. Bend at the knees and keep your back straight. Count off before lifting. Never lift a student if you're not sure you can hold them by yourself.